Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name is Miranda Gonzalez and I have the pleasure of serving as this year's Associated Student Inc. President. And before we get started with our welcome remarks, I would like to acknowledge the land that we are on. As we begin, we respectfully acknowledge that Stanislaus State is located on the traditional lands of the Okieks Nation. Our campus is built on the unceded ancestral lands of these indigenous tribes. Thank you for allowing us to honor the Okieks and give our gratitude to their ancestors and descendants for their constant and careful stewardship of this land. And now for the labor acknowledgement. We pause to recognize and acknowledge the labor upon which our country, state, and institution are built. We remember that our country is built on the labor of enslaved people who were kidnapped and brought to the U.S. from the African continent and recognize the continued contribution of their survivors. We also acknowledge all immigrant labor, including voluntary, involuntary, trafficked, forced, and undocumented peoples who contributed and continue to contribute to the building of the country and continue to serve within our labor force today. Thank you. Good morning and welcome to my fellow students, our distinguished faculty, staff, administrators, and campus community. It is an honor to be welcoming you back to another year at Stanislaus State. If this is your first year, welcome to your new home. I am truly excited for this upcoming semester. For myself, and I'm sure many others, August is a month filled with hope and apprehension for what lies ahead in the upcoming school year. However, Stan State is lucky to have an astounding group of faculty, staff, and administrators who do a wonderful job of supporting the students. To our faculty, thank you for your unwavering dedication to our education and growth. The passion you have for teaching and your commitment to student success is inspiring. We are grateful for your countless hours inside and outside the classroom, ensuring we have the tools to succeed. To our staff and administrators, thank you for your commitment and support. Your hard work does not go unnoticed, and we would not be able to thrive as a campus without you. To my fellow students, your presence, enthusiasm, and commitment to this institution bring vibrancy and diversity to our campus. I hope you are ready to dive into the new semester and the new challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. ASI will continue to serve the students and ensure we are enhancing the Warrior experience by providing programs and services that promote student success, student engagement, and a sense of campus spirit and traditions. I look forward to working with our new ASI Board of Directors and staff and collaborating with the University Student Center. And I cannot wait to see what this year has in store and all that we will accomplish. Some initiatives that will be our focus are the implementation of University Hour, conversations about increasing our community engagement, and asking how we all can work together to increase enrollment and the brand of Stanislaus State. Let's approach this year with the courage of a warrior, take risks, be resilient, rise after setbacks, and gather wisdom from every experience. Thank you, and go Warriors! It is now my pleasure to introduce the Speaker-elect of the faculty, Dr. Aria Alami.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Aria Alami. I'm a faculty member in the Kinesiology and Public Health Promotion Department, and I am also serving as this year's Speaker-elect for the faculty. Dr. Chris Bradshaw cannot make it today. He's feeling under the weather, and out of an abundance of precaution has decided to stay home. So in his place, he's asked me to share just a really brief message. In general, our excitement over this upcoming year. There's going to be a lot of challenges that we're going to face. We are really excited that Dr. Britt Rios Ellis is going to help lead us through the next few towards achieving our goal of student success, because that's why we're all here. So with no further ado, I'd like to introduce Dr. Britt Rios Ellis.
I am so excited. Look at this full house. I'm just so sorry we don't have more seats. And thanks, Arya, so much. Everyone needs to see, he's also a first-time new dad, and he has the cutest baby pictures of Nora you have ever seen. So we're going to have to get a close-up on that one. She is absolutely gorgeous. So I told him, aside from being a president, I absolutely want to be a grandma. So if he needs a sitter, I'm here. So hello, warriors. Buenos dias, guerreros. I want each of you to know that it is with tremendous pleasure and profound honor that I stand before you as the president of California State University Stanislaus, and welcome you to the start of the fall semester and the 2024-25 academic year. I want to give a special shout out to our ASI president, Miranda Gonzalez, for getting us started this morning. Thanks to ASI and our Student Center Board of Directors for your leadership. To Senate-elect, can you guys hear me? Yes, okay, good. To Senate Speaker-elect Arya Alami, our new dad, our newest warrior dad, and to all our faculty members, you are truly at the heart of providing our students with an exceptional education. Thank you for your commitment and unwavering dedication. And to our staff council and all staff members, thank you for your hard work, your kindness, your enthusiasm, and for everything you do to foster a collaborative environment that enhances the welfare of our entire campus. It is also my privilege to welcome members of our foundation board, the President's Community Ambassador Council, and our Alumni Advisory Council. In addition, I have the honor of recognizing our local, city, county, and state elected officials and representatives. We have a myriad of folks here from Modesto, from Ceres, from Manteca. I think we have some folks from Salida. I'm still trying to get used to not saying Salida, but I'm on that. And so thank you all. I look forward to talking with you later this morning. We're just doing a little adjustment here, so I promise. And I want to thank community members and business leaders and partners joining us. We sincerely appreciate your presence and your partnership in all we do. Next, I have the honor of introducing the members of my cabinet in alphabetical order, and I'm going to ask them to please stand when we call your name. So Deborah Dole-Hammond, Interim Senior Associate Vice President for Human Resources, Equal Opportunity, and Compliance. Christine Erickson, Vice President for Student Affairs. Sasha Joseph Matthews, Vice President and Chief Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer. Rose McAuliffe, Vice President for Business and Finance. Rich Ogle, Provost and Vice President. Naisha Rhodes, Director of Presidential Initiatives. Rosalie Rush, Interim Vice President for University Advancement. And I have an and Senior Associate Vice President for Strategic Communications and Marketing. And Cindy Bassat, my Interim Chief of Staff. We also have from the Chancellor's Office, Ronnie Gomez, our General Counsel. I have the honor of introducing Jake Malsbury, who recently joined our campus as our NAGPRA CalNAGPRA Repatriation Coordinator. Wow, I love this enthusiastic crowd. This is amazing. So welcome everyone, campus community and guests here and in person and those joining us online. Thank you all for taking time from your busy days to be here with us and to share the great things we're doing and some of the challenges that lie ahead. I want you all to know how much I've learned since assuming my pregnancy. start over. I've learned so much since assuming the presidency on July 1st, and I look forward to continuing to learn from you. Should I step up? Yes. Yes, okay, great. Can I take it off? Yes, you may. Okay, perfect. And then I can move this? Perfect. So today marks my 50th day on the job, and I feel so very blessed to be here at Stan State and back in the great state of California. I know you all probably know we moved from Detroit. I am so looking forward to winters here, and that's not what I was looking forward to. So my husband Enrique and I have spent several of the past weeks meeting our Stan State faculty, staff, community members, elected officials, and our student leaders while immersing ourselves in warrior culture and getting acquainted with the wonderful communities and wonderful food of the Central Valley. I've worked at 2 other CSU campuses and have visited many others, and I can say this definitively: Stan State is the most stunning campus I've ever come across. And aside from its beauty, we have so much to offer. We serve our students on multiple levels, from student support services that meet their needs holistically to state-of-the-art facilities, our student center, our library, and Fab Lab, to name a few. I have been overwhelmingly impressed. From the start, we have felt the sense of belonging that Stan State is renowned for. Everyone we've met, both on and off campus, has been so very gracious and welcoming, and thank you. I want to tell you just a little bit about myself as we embark on this journey together. The 2 pinnacle values that guide me personally and professionally every day are legacy and integrity. Legacy, because we have the honor of taking part in the evolution of our students' lives, doing the profound work of transformative justice, and positively impacting families for generations to come. Our responsibility is to ensure that each Stan State's graduate has everything they need to become their ancestors' wildest dreams. Quite simply, our work demands a sense of cultural humility that goes far beyond the identities as individuals and moves us to a collective legacy that outlives the work of a singular life or leader. Integrity, because without it, there is simply no truth, and it is by putting our hearts in front of our egos and embracing teamwork that we will truly reach our potential as an institution of higher education. If you read my resume, you'll see the different things I am grateful to have led and contributed to. Please know that I engage in my work with a profound sense of gratitude and love for the noble cause that is higher education. I have learned so much from those with whom I am grateful to have worked. Whether HIV-positive Latinx families or Mayan communities in the Yucatan, I feel blessed to have witnessed the profound synergy of folks thriving within their respective cultures and physical environments, regardless of how challenging their circumstances. I am also resilient and efficacious and have worked through many difficult situations with the love of my life, Dr. Enrique Rios-Ellis, a musician and music educator, and our 3 children, Xochitl, Enrique, and Itzel, who all graduated in the arts. I am very, very serious when I say that living with 4 extremely gifted artists makes me the absolute most boring member of my family. So, we have been blessed with struggle, facing challenges head-on, like the impact of climate change. We have an immense love and appreciation for one another and a deep sense of familia. Enrique and I now live with 2 beloved dogs, both rescues from Long Beach and Detroit, Wilson and Nene, who have become our companions as our children transition into young adulthood. As an ethnographer and mixed methodologist, I hope you will find me to be someone who takes deep pleasure in listening, who has a desire to make even the quietest voices heard, and who strives to ensure that everyone feels a strong sense of belonging and purpose on our campuses, both here and in Stockton and across our region. As we continue to nurture our connections here at Stan State, it's important to remember that we are part of a broader community, the California State University, the largest, most diverse, and impactful public university system in the nation, if not the world. The CSU is consistently recognized nationally for providing a high-quality, affordable education that uplifts students and their families while facilitating social and economic mobility. It is through this enhanced sense of systemness that we will overcome any doubts folks have about the transformative power of a degree. If you are a Stan State or a CSU graduate, will you please stand and be recognized? So just look at the power in this room. It's amazing. Our graduates, just like those who stood before you today, are proof of the undeniable value of a degree. To determine the return on investment, or ROI, of a college education, the College Futures Foundation recently commissioned a first-of-its-kind analysis of California higher ed investment with a specific focus on low to moderate income earners. I am so proud to say that Stan State was one of 10 universities highlighted across our great state for its return on investment, with the average graduate able to recover the cost of their education with just a little bit more of 1/2 of 1 year. In fact, we tied for 4th place in the entire state. And this study did not factor in the continued ROI of our graduates as their careers progress. I know that we are all believers in the transformative power of higher ed and have clearly witnessed firsthand the difference a college education makes, especially for our students and their families, of which 70% are first-generation educated. These data clearly demonstrate that those who question the value of a degree are not only gravely misled, but are ultimately mistaken. A college degree offers benefits that extend far beyond education. Research consistently shows that individuals with a college degree live longer and lead happier and healthier lives. Graduates enjoy better access to health care, more stable employment, and higher earnings, which collectively produce an enhanced quality of life. In addition to personal gains, college-educated individuals also give back to their communities through civic engagement, cultivating a more vibrant, informed, and connected society. I am encouraged by the amazing work of our strategic enrollment management team in collaboration with student recruitment and outreach and our strategic communications and marketing team. If we are to battle the negative rumors about the value of a degree, we must ensure that our signal is strong, static-free, and echoed in a unified voice. Make no mistake, the battle is macro. And for the strength and veracity of Stan State's message to be heard, we must be warriors, unified and strong. Elisa Ponce is a prime example of what a Stan State education can catalyze. She graduated last spring with a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. A Stockton native, she chose us because of the Stockton campus's proximity to her home. She plans to use the knowledge and skills she's gained to contribute to our hometown's economic growth and to advocate for equitable access to higher education. Elisa's dedication to her community exemplifies Stan State's spirit and mission. Let's get right to it. I have been spending as much time as my calendar and obligations allow meeting with Stan State leaders in various groups, both on and off campus. As I listen and learn from a breadth of constituents, the resounding message Enrique and I have received is that the Central Valley thrives only when Stan State thrives. This year, This year, we will collectively embark on establishing our strategic priorities through listening and working sessions, focus group, and other activities. Together, we will create a powerful foundation at both our Turlock and Stockton campuses to make certain that Stan State students have a strong sense of belonging and access to the support and opportunities they need to thrive. I look forward to working with all of you in this endeavor. Our priorities for the coming year will include developing a new strategic plan with student success at the helm of our efforts. This plan will coalesce enrollment and retention and focus on budget alignment and diversification of revenue to ensure that our students have an experience that is replete with high-impact practices grounded in community engagement. Our 2017-2025 strategic plan charged us to become an even more responsive and student-ready university. This year, we are partnering with the American Association of State Colleges and Universities to develop a strategic plan in our next phase of strategic planning to facilitate our growth from 2026 to 2031. At the CSU system level, our graduation initiative, or GI 2025, provided us the chance to focus on eliminating the intersectional equity gaps that persist among underrepresented minority, Pell-eligible, and first-generation college students. The CSU recently announced a new phase of work to elevate student success and equity to even greater heights across the system. The project is called the Year of Engagement, and its goal is to close those persistent equity gaps and facilitate the seamless transition of students into careers or graduate school so scholars from all backgrounds can achieve the lifelong transformational power of a CSU degree. Simeon Zaragoza is one such student. A Turlock native and one of our distinguished Rogers Scholars, Simeon graduated summa cum laude last year with a degree in communication studies. Pursuing a master's in public health, he applied to 7 prestigious programs at 6 universities, including Dartmouth, Boston University, Georgetown, Johns Hopkins, Brown, and Tufts. He received acceptance from all 6, each accompanied by generous scholarship offers. He chose to attend the Geisel School of Medicine at Dartmouth College. Simeon's success highlights the exceptional opportunities and support our university provides to propel students into a very bright future. The CSU Year of Engagement project began this summer, and you'll be hearing more soon. Check your emails for the CSU Student Success Survey, and please mark your calendars for the GI 2025 Symposium and Affordability Summit in October. So let us be really, really clear. We are educating the new majority, and we are educating not just students, but a future generation of prepared, respectful, and involved leaders ready to meet the difficult challenges posed by an increasingly complex world. Looking forward, there is no doubt that our enrollment needs to increase as part of a multifaceted plan to strengthen our impact as a campus. What is becoming crystal clear, both in terms of Stan State as a campus and the CSU as a system, is that enrollment and retention must be seen as equally important priorities and collective responsibilities. Data show that we were on a strong trajectory and moving toward achieving our GI 2025 goals when the pandemic hit. Although COVID is definitely still among us, we are now 2.5 years post-pandemic and making good progress toward best practices in online learning, mitigating COVID-related learning loss, and rebuilding our understanding of how to meet the needs of today's college students. As we face ongoing enrollment challenges, we must remain observant. In the fall of 2023, we saw a decrease in both first-year and transfer applicants. We responded nimbly by accepting more students, achieving the second highest acceptance and the 4th highest yield in the CSU. Our transfer acceptance rates and enrollment yield increased as well. We are also witnessing that students are more likely to enroll with a full load fall semester, but a greater number are taking fewer units and attending part-time in spring semester. We are particularly concerned with the emergent pattern of attrition leading into junior year. While examining our data, which I like to do, I found this to be analogous to running a marathon and hitting the 19th mile with a hill in the way. We are and will be working with everyone who supports our students on and off campus to better understand and address whatever is causing them to stop out at junior year. We all believe in our students. We know that they are starting strong, and we can provide them the holistic support they need to help them get over that hill and remain warrior strong. These statistics emphasize the critical need to focus on both attracting and retaining students. However dire our challenges, there are some promising trends regarding our fall 2024 stateside enrollment. We're excited that we have surpassed our 2% goal for new student enrollment. Both undergraduate and graduate new student enrollment has grown. However, our continued enrollment continues to be below our CSU target. As demands for degrees shift in current society, we have found that our post-baccalaureate and graduate student enrollments have increased since last year. We will respond to the growing demand for post-bac and graduate education opportunities. Another promising trend that we're seeing is the growth of our Stockton campus, which has experienced a nearly 29% increase in headcount. While we continue to navigate our overall enrollment issues, these specific growth areas demonstrate that efforts to attract new students are producing positive results. These trends provide a foundation we can build upon as we address the financial hurdles that lie ahead. As California continues to face fiscal challenges, funding for the CSU is unfortunately also impacted. I am confident in my cabinet leadership team and the collaborative work that has already begun to address those budgetary constraints. Although we will have to make some difficult decisions, we will do so united and warrior strong. We will continue to be responsible and sustainable fiscal stewards, and rest assured that our decision-making process will be collaborative and equity-driven to prioritize student success at all times. Our budget environment, while challenging, presents a unique opportunity for us to reimagine our future. Imagine what we could achieve in 2 years if we reduced our dependency and garnered new revenue streams. How could we set Stand State apart from our peers and open doors, new doors, for our students and communities? To realize this vision, we must increase our philanthropic efforts. Depending on state appropriations, which represent just over half of our resources, is no longer a sustainable strategy. We need to explore new revenue sources, build public-private partnerships to meet the professional workforce demand, while fostering a culture of giving that expands support for our beloved university. Last year, we made significant philanthropic progress. We increased the total of individual donors to 720, alumni donors increased to 250, and we welcome more than 300 new donors into our donor family. Thank you for being part of this success. Thank you. However, we did fall short of our $2 million goal, which is the lowest in the CSU. Now, with key roles like our alumni engagement officer and our prospect researcher filled, we are poised to take the next step. Our goal this year is to involve 1,000 total donors and build alumni donors to 300 while creating corporate and foundation partnerships to fortify our region and achieve this year's goal of $2.5 million. This is where we need your support. Help us spread the message that together we can create a lasting culture of giving on our campus. When you give, you are investing in the dreams and aspirations of our students, fostering legacy and success, and creating opportunities that can change lives. Whether you want to give to an academic program, an event, basic needs, a scholarship, or help us build much-needed infrastructure, whatever you give to Stan State will impact our university more than any other institution throughout our state. Whether it's a monthly $5 gift or a gift toward naming a space in our new Stockton campus building or our beautiful new Child Development Center, every single dollar counts. I hope you'll join me in this vital endeavor as we work to ensure that Stan State shines brighter than ever before. Thank you. A Stan State education must be one of inclusion, equity, and access to the high-impact practices we know catalyze students into lifelong success. These include community engagement and service learning, low-cost, accessible, short-term study abroad opportunities, investment in mentored and creative research, artistic endeavors, cohort models, and classroom and performance experience that facilitate our students becoming experts whenever possible. This year, as we embark on the redesignation process for the Carnegie classification as a community-engaged campus, we will be highly intentional in planning and measuring what we know to be one of the most life-changing high-impact practices, that of experiential and service learning. Warrior Service Learning clearly demonstrates that Stan State's ROI when our students serve local schools, community-based organizations, hospitals, clinics, recreation, and business partners. These practices not only impact student learning by providing hands-on work experience, but they also contribute over $5.2 million annually to the health and well-being of the Central Valley. Yeah. Another accomplishment that will impact the well-being of our campus and community is the completion of our new sustainably designed Child Development Center, which is opening its doors this fall to serve as a licensed laboratory school, which is so essential. As you saw earlier, Stockton enrollment is increasing, and as the population and workforce needs of San Joaquin County continue to grow, we stand ready to meet them through an ever-growing portfolio of certificate and degree options. We are so thrilled to show you the great things that are happening under the leadership of Stockton Campus Dean Sarah Schweitzer and Dean of Students Amy McKinney. Let's just take a look.
In the port city of Stockton, there is a university central to the valley, a place where education meets opportunity and where students find a path to a brighter future.
Stan State actually gave me access to college. It's the reason why I got an education.
Without the Stockton campus, I would not have a four-year degree. And it's because of this campus that I was able to achieve the goals that I had in mind.
We all have passion to serve. We want this campus to be great.
At the Stan State Stockton campus, your hard work plants the seeds for change. Your ideas fuel innovation, and your strengths empower the community.
Stanislaus State Stockton campus is critically important for the future of not just Stockton, but San Joaquin County. It is a place where a renaissance is happening right now.
Once you attain your degree here, you want to give back to your community. It only gives you more enthusiasm because this is where you came from, this is where your heart's at.
I am excited for the Stockton community, the San Joaquin communities to feel that the Stanislaus State Stockton campus is their home.
When you join the Stan State community, you'll discover what being a warrior is all about. We invite you to become a part of a growing network dedicated to transforming lives.
It's a paradigm shift in the future of their families.
We are there for you the minute you get out, from the minute you start here. You're always a warrior.
It's a moment in time that we need this campus here to make a difference in terms of that next generation that will become employed here and change the quality of life.
I'm excited about the future of this campus.
At the Stockton campus, you belong.
you 100% belong.
At the Stan State Stockton campus, you belong.
It's just great. And if you haven't visited, please do visit soon. This year, we will explore how we can optimize our Stockton campus's strategic location as a hub in the midst of education and health and human services partners. And with the new building coming online in fall of 2025, make no mistake, our efforts will extend prosperity on all fronts in San Joaquin County and beyond. In every way, I see our mission as closely linked with restoration. It is restorative in terms of educating students to thrive in an increasingly challenging and complex world. Restorative in terms of catalyzing opportunities that our students' families could not access or were historically denied. Restorative as we intentionally strive to ensure that liberty and justice for all is both equitable and plentiful on our campuses and throughout the entire Central Valley region. This requires us to commit to inclusive approaches that honor our students' cultural, aspirational, navigational, linguistic, and resiliency capital. As Christine Erickson, our VP for Student Affairs, frequently reminds us, we are no longer working just on the top two rungs of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. The majority of our students are first-gen and Pell eligible, and they face challenges and hurdles that are at the base of Maslow's hierarchy, such as food, housing, and financial security. We want their Stan State experience to facilitate a focus on learning, knowing that if they're faced with basic needs challenges, the Stan State community stands ready to help. Given these realities, we must center our efforts on stabilizing basic needs and well-being while simultaneously creating a high-impact, inclusive environment wherein our students can empower themselves to achieve their dreams. We know our students are not only more likely to be working, but are often responsible for contributing to their family's economic and social well-being. For these reasons, we will be working more with the families of our students, both in English y en Español, to ensure that they not only understand what is needed to support a college student, but also how to help their children navigate these expectations. Stan State warriors clearly possess the fortitude to succeed, and our comprehension and integration of the various forms of capital and assets they bring to campus are critical if we are to provide a vibrant and resonant educational experience. Our mission is clear. Together, we will build strategies that optimize student enrollment, retention, graduation, and ultimately success. Our students are facing not only a more complex society, but also imminent threats to our collective well-being. We are now living through the impacts of 2 wars and are faced with brutal images at the touch of a button. We all were blessed enough to live through the pandemic, and I believe strongly that our collective purpose is to make sure that our beloved university can shine brighter than ever. As we face these challenges and embrace opportunities together, let's work to make sure that Stan State is a place where everyone belongs and can be comforted in knowing that they are respected, protected, and that there is zero tolerance for discrimination of any kind. The mission of the CSU in educating the new majority is clear, and our work together as a university community goes far beyond teaching and learning. On these native lands, let's build a restorative campus where we can all learn and flourish, and where students of all ages and walks of life know that they are supported and nourished. I want us all to call ourselves to the mission of something great, and that something is Stan State. Thank you. Muchas gracias. So I think we're going to have some questions, I think. Does anyone want to ask any questions? I guarantee you, I almost crossed myself when I said pregnancy. I'm not pregnant, just to start there. I think it must have been, you inspired that by seeing that beautiful baby. So.
If anyone has a question, you can come up to a microphone. There's one in either aisle. Please feel free to come up and
I
ask
also
a
want to
question.
thank Jessica, who has been translating and transcreating this message for us in the back into Español. So thank you. And if you could introduce yourself, because I want to get to know everyone. Go ahead. Buenos días. Yes.
Excited. My name is Dr. Ana Andrade, raised in Patterson and an alumni of CSU Stanislaus. We're pleased to be here. I have a question regarding community engagement, Presidenta. What are some ways that you are considering including more of community and the different local nonprofits into CSU Stanislaus?
So they will absolutely be part of what we're doing in terms of strategic engagement. I also know that our students are doing service learning there. I really want to get to those spaces and meet folks and learn more. My career has always have the opportunity to go out and meet with different community-based organizations will be one of my greatest pleasures. So I guarantee you, invítame y ahí voy a estar.
Muchas gracias.
De nada.
I'm Nick Scarlatti. I'm with the Signal, which is the student newspaper.
Great. Hi, Nick.
My question is, so you're done this the first year of your term,
Yes.
the year of engagement, and talking about focus groups and groups. I would like to specifically, if not, it's not on your mind, it's fine, but like specific sort of events that you're thinking of holding to, talk with the community and specific affinity groups and community groups.
So we are in the process of developing that calendar right now. So I can't share with you the dates. And I, to be honest, Nick, I'd probably mess them up even if I had remembered them. But we will be getting out to all of our affinity groups, meeting with students, meeting with students, faculty, and staff, as well as the larger community, to make sure that we're incorporating as many of the aspirations and opportunities that we can. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. And I will share that calendar as soon as we have it, Nick. Any questions on this side? Anybody? As my mom told me my first day of college, no question is a stupid question. So please ask. Any other questions? Go for it, Ann. Ann always has the best shoes. I've got to go shoe shopping with you. So.
Hi, welcome.
Thank
so glad you are here.
Thanks.
So my it's sort of more of a comment, but it's kind of like, I don't know what it is, but the Basic Needs Committee, and sometime I'd be happy to sit down and tell you the history of that, because sociologist Dr. Tamara Snezik in particular spent 9 years trying to get a food pantry on this campus. Mm-hmm. And the 9th year, I laid in wait at the first soiree for Ellen Junn, and I waited until everybody left, and I handed the proposal to her. And her response to me was, "You don't have a food pantry here?" Right? Which made me feel like we have some possibilities. And so through this, so that was just like the very short version of all of that. But California Faculty Association, of which I am the chapter vice president, we donated our members' money to it.
Thank you.
And over time, it has started to become viewed as, that was some seed money, right? So we start to see some diminishment as time has gone on. It's supposed to be the California Faculty Association, Stanislaus State Basic Needs. But as time has gone on, we have started to see that element, meaning the California Faculty Association portion of that, start to be disappeared. And it might seem like a small thing to not have that be on envelopes sent out to potential donors for giving and things like that, but these are your faculty members who have taken their money and through the CFA continue to provide not only that so-called seed money, but also the food boxes. We pay for the packaging of those food boxes. We continue to sit on the committees that make decisions about the emergency grants. And my point is that the faculty clearly, in the most bell hooksian way, radical love, our students. And part of how we show that is through giving not only our time and energy and, expertise and all that kind of stuff, but also literally our money to make sure our students succeed. And my begging of you is to not allow the continuous disappearance of that California Faculty Association inclusion. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Ann, and thank you so much for getting that started. I think we can clearly see, right? When our students are here and they don't have to worry about what they're going to eat and where they're going to sleep and if they have enough gas to get home, they do better, right? So when we think about these are substantial gifts, but they're also in the whole spectrum of a life. They're relatively small points of time that we help our students, and then they become taxpayers and start giving back to society at large and start mentoring and doing the same. And as of someone who was a faculty member for almost a quarter of a century, I'm with you. Absolutely. We have to continue to meet those needs in the best way we know possible. So thank you.
Go ahead. Hi, welcome. I'm Shannon Stevens. I'm the journalism and creative media instructor here. And my question is also needs related, so I was really happy to see your pyramid there and that you are actively addressing our students' needs to live. And I know it's not your fault that FAFSA has changed the rules so that our so that our families that have more than one student in college have had a drastic reduction in their funding this semester, which is really impacting them. And I'm wondering if our campus, specifically you, has a way to help them through this transition.
Well, I think the FAFSA debacle was something that really set us all back. And having met with the Assistant Secretary of Education for the country, I really believe that this was a debacle. It wasn't intentional. So, but let's see how we can advocate, whether it's through Lobby Day or another event, and make sure that folks that have more than one person in college, I mean, you can imagine going back to when boys went to college and girls didn't, and you get to go and you get to go, but I'm sorry you don't. We're not going to go there. So, I will do everything in my power to make sure that folks that need FAFSA, to make sure that their children can go to college, we'll try to work. Again, I'm gonna have everything focused with laser precision on equity, right? And what you're talking about is an equity-driven mistake, right? It's counterintuitive to everything that not only we're about at Cal State Stanislaus, but also the CSU overall. We are an equity-driven system. We are here to transform communities, so we'll be right alongside. Hello. I get my steps in. This is good.
Morning.
Go ahead. Morning.
Welcome to Stan State.
Thank you.
My name is Oluwarotimi Ode. I'm Director of the Agriculture Program. First of all, I want to invite you to our fundraiser coming up on October 3rd here in town.
Okay, great.
It's an opportunity to get to know some of the good food and taste some of the good food in the Central Valley. So we have a lot of partners in that. The second is actually a question.
Okay.
I don't know if you know that we have an agriculture program on campus.
Of course I do.
Okay.
Of course I do.
Because why I ask is that more often than not, when we go out, people tell us, oh, we never knew Stan State has an ag program.
Yes.
And we know that Central Valley is the heart of agriculture in the U.S. But our program is almost a hidden gem.
So, you know, I have had so many conversations about your program just in my first 50 days. So we're going to share in strategies to make sure that we can shine a light on the program and that we're meeting the needs of the Central Valley in every way possible.
Thank you very much. So I wait for that opportunity to sit down with you and actually have a good discussion about how to project our program better. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Hi, President Rios-Salas. I have one last question.
Sure.
Before we conclude this morning. This is from our webinar from Professor Cuepanco Xochitl Moreno Sandoval.
Great.
And they ask, welcome to our campus, President. What plans do you have to actionize the native land acknowledgement?
So that is something that is, you know, really important to us. So I have some plans, but I want to share them, and I want to talk with everyone, because maybe these are just ideas I have, but the restorative purposes and the knowledge that we all need to know about where we stand is really crucial for me. In my former institution, having worked with the land acknowledgement, actualizing it, making sure that it's visible, not just on our PowerPoints, but permanently within our structures is really key. Engaging in restorative planting, to me, is really important. Engaging in restorative naming is really important. Having the opportunity to get out and meet with folks and listen again, and listen very hard to what we need to do. And Jake, where are you? We also have Jake Malsbury now working so precisely and critically every single day to make sure that we're able to recover artifacts, that we're able to honor our ancestors, that we have knowledge of the different tribes with whom we're associated and on whose land we reside. So, Cuepanca, I think you would see that this is very, very, very critical to me, and it's restorative, and that's how I see it. Rich, oh, great, hi. I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
Is this thing on? Here we go. Thank you in advance for your service.
Thank you.
I'm Dr. Schneider with Advanced Studies Graduate School and licensed professional clinical counselor, mental health. So important here as we face yet another year. With the attrition rate and noticing what is going on with our undergrads, as a graduate educator, we are very invested in making sure we don't lose that pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, it has been, I'm still junior faculty, proud to be, and I'm learning, but in my meetings across Stanislaus State, I don't hear that invitation of conversation into feeding into our graduate programs.
Mm-hmm.
We have the students, and I hear them saying they want to go here, they want to go there, but I really don't hear the, well, have you as a collective decided to stay here?
Mm-hmm.
So in that, I'm hoping that there is more conversation that welcomes and breathes into more life into the graduate programs. Is there a possibility that that's going to be a place?
Absolutely. And I think what we're seeing too is what we all gained as a bachelor's degree, often you're not able to get there without that graduate degree. And I hope that you saw that we highlighted the growth in our graduate programs.
Yes.
So working with faculty through shared governance and growing the graduate degrees we know can make the Central Valley thrive will be a high priority.
Thank you.
Thank you. want to invite you to a reception that we're going to have out on the patio. We'll be there. I hope, Enrique, could you stand up? So I hope you'll all meet Enrique and I. We are a team. So I hope that we'll have that opportunity. And we have some geese. And guess what? The geese are bilingual. So they come back. So when I was interviewing for the job, someone said, we have a lot of geese and they really run the campus. And I said, oh, they're gansos guerreros. So yeah, so we're going to honor them as well. So thank you so much. I look forward to meeting you out on the patio. Thanks.